Mega Man. Damn it. I hit the wrong button. Okay, why are you frozen? Oh, you fuck. Get fucked. No, no, okay. Now I'm getting fucked. Come on. Nope. Yep. Nope. Nope. Ah. There we go. What's up, Tech Soup? Do I have any settings for this? I don't. That's so weird. What up? I'm streaming from my iPad, which is like not how I do things, but I wanted to actually play games today and not set stuff up. Nope, nope, nope. How are you? Alright, blocked it. Nope. No, 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 no. Fuck. Stop it, stop it. God. There we go. Get me in there. Yeah. Nope, don't you. Alright, switch, switch, switch. Nope. That was a mistake. Life up? Are you kidding? Alright, rip. Hunter! What up? Oh, I'm distracted. Oh! There we go. I'm training so I can beat Ice Orb. It's not gonna work. Oh, no, 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 no. There we go. Got him locked. Nope, nope, lost it. Lost it, lost it. Spider-Man might be my favorite so far. Oh, fuck you, Rockman. There we go. Oh, what the hell? What's up, Uber's Mock with the raid? Still me to spam Pepe hands? Okay. I'm distracted. Wasn't watching the game. I'm gonna lose this one. Nope, nope, no, no, no! No! No, don't you? Alright. What up? Don't pay attention to us. Don't want to make you lose. Well, you succeeded. I have no clue what I'm doing with this game anyway, so that's fine. What up? This is very awkward, holding a tablet. Can I, like, zoom out? Can I do anything? This Twitch app is terrible. I'm testing Twitch on iOS, and it's, not a good experience. Oh, I guess I need to hit start. I want to play. Yeah. Oh, rip. Nope, never mind. How's everyone doing? Oh, pee-pee hands, not Pepe hands. Rip. That's, even worse. Yes, I know. Game over. I get it. Haven't had a sun kissed in a minute. Well, it's time! It is time! Alright, we're gonna do Iceman, Projectile, grab him. Yeah. And then we'll come over here and grab War Machine? Anti-air. Rip NDI. Where's the capture card for this arcade machine? No, there are some sort of mods available to where you can get HDMI out of these, but it is not great because it doesn't use HDMI for the monitor. It uses a different standard, and so it's actually really awkward to try to convert. No! It's LVDS, I think, instead of HDMI video. It's really obnoxious. And there are converters, but apparently the new versions of the converters don't work the same, or something. Oh, you shitting me? Alright, just... There we go. There we go. No! Juggernaut is not fair. Get out! He's so freaking blocky. Oh no, you do not need... Okay. There we go. No, no, no! Don't switch to Chun-Li! You bastard. I don't even know how to do special moves like that. I have no idea what I'm doing. But yes, trying to capture these. Jesus. Come on. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. But yeah, trying to capture these is not at all... What? Alright. That's fine. Trying to capture those is not at all worth it given the hassle of the setup. But at some point I want to get it set up just so I can easily integrate it into like a stream setup or whatever. But it ain't worth it. Especially because, thank you for the tier 1 sub, Sickrisk K9. But yeah, especially because it's not just converting that signal to HDMI to capture. You have to convert that to HDMI, split it off to capture, and then use the other end of that split, convert it back to LVDS for the monitor, or get one of those conversion boards for the monitor to hook up HDMI. I don't know why they made it this way. Like, I do not understand why they didn't just make it like capture, like, video friendly. Like, maybe someone wants to hook it up to their TV as well or something. Like, why would you not allow for that? I don't know. Hunter with the Prime sub. But yes, RIP Arcade. I think my 3D print is messing up. No! You all won't be able to see it. I'll turn the light on. No! I think it's... Fuck. Hold on. You get to see a peek of the almost 3D print farm going on here. Yep. It is. God damn it. I hate it when this happens. It's stuck to the thing. Abort. Abort. God damn it. You can smell the burnt plastic. Spaghetti monster. No. I hate whenever I stop projects. It spits it to the back, even though I can't reach it to get back there. And then it moves so slowly to get back where I want it. I don't know. Oh, this just like... Oh. What did happen here? It's like... melted on. I don't know. I don't have time to troubleshoot while streaming, so we will worry about that another time. Unfortunate. Always got to make sure I'm not showing off Indie Aid stuff when I do these random impromptu streams. Reminds me of 70s prawn. Okay. Okay. So how is everybody? I have not... Oh, we got a hype train going, do we? Or are we almost there? Hype train is close. Okay. This Twitch... Oh, God. This Twitch layout on mobile. I'm glad they finally implemented a feature, because for the longest time, it just didn't make sense that you couldn't stream from the Twitch app on mobile, given how prevalent mobile streaming was becoming. So I'm glad they implemented it, but it is... Mobile streaming in general is a nightmare. Like, there are good apps, and I haven't checked them out in a little while, but like the Prism Live Studio on mobile was good for streaming, but it didn't have any alerts stuff. And then if you use something like Elgato's camera app or NDI or whatever to send it to your computer, you're then walking around with a mobile device with a screen that you can't use the screen to see your chat or to see your notifications or anything like that, and so you can't really interact that way. Like, I feel like this is a big problem that needs solving, and no one solves it. Like, I'm imagining... I'm going to tweet at the guy for this. Hold on. I'm imagining a service like... How do I want to... I had a stand for this for the arcade setup, but I didn't bring it with me. There we go. I'm imagining a service like ping.gg, which is what I use for all of my interviews now and for my jam-pack streams with Will, where it brings him in. I'm imagining a service like that simultaneously would give you your camera, your phone camera or whatever, on another device that you can use. But it also has a panel that opens up where you just get a little preview of your camera, but it has a panel that opens up that shows your chat, your alerts, like an activity feed, not actual... You don't need alerts, but, you know, the activity feed. Like, a camera, and then, like, right now, you can't see it, but, like, I have my chat on a bar, and then the rest of it is filled with my camera. Same idea, where I get a preview of my camera, and then it has chat and activity feed stacked, and I can walk around, but it's actually sending it to my computer to add into my normal layout and things like that, and maybe even a couple WebSockets buttons. I'm sending this to someone who might be interested in the idea. I'd like to connect my 3070 Ti to my phone so I can encode NVENC, please. Yeah, once Apple gets off their butts and implements something like AV1 encoding, or lets you or there's an app that will let you send like lossless mode HEVC from the M1 chips or something like that. Like that would be close enough. You send lossless feed from your tablet to the computer and then encode on the computer. Hang on, I'm gonna send this message to this person. Because I think, like, if someone could connect to the right people to make it or make it as a part of their service, this would be the person to do it, so I want to send it to them. These are mountains. No, these are MX Browns on that mountain Everest Max that I covered in the review of the little Stream Deck clone, but better, but also sometimes not thing. Like Filmic Remote, 2 devices working together. What is Filmic Remote? Filmic Remote. Wireless control and monitoring of your Filmic Pro experience. So you can control someone's phone from another phone. That's a little weird to me. So what did you think of the proto touchscreen on iMac? Yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Bennett is awesome in chat found an eBay listing for an engineering sample iMac with like on a CRT that had a touchscreen, even though Apple has said forever they don't want touchscreens on Mac. Okay, done typing. Sorry. Hello. Like I said, that's once I figured out the exact way I want that idea laid out, I had to send it to someone that might be able to make it happen, because I don't know why. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to get the stand I had. We can just talk over here. I can make this taller maybe. So, will AV1 encoding only be on the 40 series cards for now? Do you think it will open up to the 30 series cards? No, it is a completely different hardware encoder. It will only exist on 40 series. 30 series was only ever getting decode. That was just the thing. Like, that was the promise from the get-go. So nothing was going to change with that. So here's my issue with mobile streaming, that I feel like I am missing something. Like, I have to be missing a bigger piece of the puzzle or something, because it just doesn't make sense to me. In that there is now this entire market of devices. Like, there's an entire it's not an ecosystem, that's the problem, but an entire market of devices that give you features to do various streaming and content creation things on mobile. There's now mixers and audio interfaces and like entire control studios and all these things. And yet, the software side on any mobile device doesn't exist. If you want to stream with a webcam or a capture card on a mobile device, you have to download some bizarre-looking, shady-looking Chinese app designed for the EasyCap capture devices for VCRs and hope that it works. The ecosystem, like, there's all these devices now made with getting studio-quality microphones and your multicam capture card setups onto mobile, and then there's not a single application that can select and use these devices in any real capacity. And most of them are built for iOS, and iOS I've not seen, it's been very rare that I will see an application that actually lets you manually choose your microphone. So like I bought at one point in time a Lightning shotgun mic that I was using when I was still doing TikTok, all my TikToks on my phone, and it sounded amazing. But sometimes applications would just not use it. And there was no indication when I plugged the mic in that it was detected. There was no option in any application or system-wide to just use it over the built-in microphone. And then I think the microphone is dead now because anytime I go to record anything else, the microphone isn't being used. But iOS and the apps within it don't give you any option whatsoever. And it's the same thing on Android. And I'm like, who are all of these products that are costing millions of dollars to R&D and manufacture? Who are they being made for? And what program are they using? Because the support doesn't exist. I think I can do it with my Surface Duo 2. That's running Windows, though. That's not an actual mobile device. That's just a laptop. That's not actually a mobile device. Like, I don't understand. Why are we making mobile streaming hardware? Is that just because of the app or the limitation of iOS or Android? It is just, it's just the apps itself. Like, there are limitations on the operating system that should allow you to choose default devices and stuff like that, like on Windows and macOS and Linux, desktop operating systems going back 30 years. But the individual applications could absolutely let you choose these devices, and not a single one does. And so why I get review requests every day for a new podcasting mixer for mobile, a new podcasting interface so you can use your $1,000 studio microphone on mobile. And I'm at the point where I'm probably just going to start writing back to them, how do you expect me to use this? Now, for audio alone, for audio exclusively, there's a little more support in the DAW, the digital audio workstation kind of layer. You could, there's software to just record audio. So if you just wanted to podcast, sure. But if you want to use any of that for a live broadcast, as most of this stuff is, marketed for these days, it don't exist. I don't get it. Keeps them reliant on the brand. Oh, it's the developers of both System 1 and Sandbox user. Yeah, the smart and automatic switching of everything in mobile devices is what's contributing to people, like an entire generation, having absolutely zero technical literacy, and it's freaking terrifying. Vorpal Matt with the tier 1 sub, thank you. LTTstore.com. All right, it's a complete train wreck because Techtober has been hell, but brief, updated kind of preview of the studio tour in handheld shaky cam. So my desk is now on this side, and we now have an entire wall of desks. Not just my desk, but now the entire wall is desks, which means I have my art setup as its own workstation now. My glitch art setup as its own workstation. My test bench is actually usable, and I use it every day now, along with a capture PC down there. That's got Arc in it, so I can do AV1. And then my desk. And then I have an entire wall of TV stands for gaming. I've got the BVM. I've got the HD CRT. I squeezed in this one arcade here. I could not fit the Mortal Kombat 1 in here. I have the 4x3 37-inch monster, and then my LG CX OLED for 4K 120 hertz. And then I currently have it set up already to where all of the retro consoles, the analog stuff, can go to all 4 TVs. So I can play it natively on the BVM, or natively on the 4x3, or I can play it natively, pseudo-natively through component on the HD CRT, and then through the RetroTink 5X out on the LG CX in 1440p, which is freaking wild. Now, the next step, using a variety of Extron gear from forever ago. Actually, this isn't even the right one, but using a variety of Extron gear, the next step will be getting the modern consoles, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, also able to be split off to these older systems. Now, I already have the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 running at 1080p for capture, but then scaled down to 720p for these two. But my goal is, because I have a bunch of HD Fury hardware back there for all the switching and splitting and scaling on top of the Extron stuff I'm going to be integrating, the idea is that any console will be able to display at the optimum size for every TV, which is going to be nuts. And then we have the wall of game display and storage. Then we got the CRT set back here. We got that Mortal Kombat action going on. And then tool benches here with some of the art stuff and my camera lenses, which I have sold a lot of in the past couple days. I still have a Sigma 35mm f1.4 available for sale, pinned on my Twitter. That's the last one I'm looking to part with at the moment. But I still got some other stuff I could get rid of at some point. But yeah. And this is where I run Analog Dreams. It's where I do my glitch art. You get the idea. There's an app on Android, a camera one, that lets you choose a different audio in. Oh, neat. Cinema FV5. Well, that's good to know at least. Is there any difference between AV1 encoder on ARC versus NVIDIA? I mean, it's the same thing as like QuickSync versus NVENC, versus AMD's encoder. Like, there are going to be differences. I literally cannot give you any quantification of that at the moment because the software support for the encoders is so limited. I can't get real results that mean anything. But there will be differences. Whether one's better than the other remains to be seen. But yes, if you already have a 3070 Ti, get an A380 or wait for the A310, I think it is, the lower tier one that's supposed to be coming, because it will be cheaper and still encode AV1. Someone should build an FPGA Wii that renders games in HD. No. Start with Nintendo 64. I do have the Mister set up in here. Alright, so I tricked myself here. I got these stands and a couple arcade sticks. I already had one. I already had that one. But I picked up a second arcade stick and got these stands to hook up to the Mister, because I wanted to play Gauntlet Legends, the arcade port. It's not on the Mister. And apparently, it's complex enough because of the Naomi hardware I think it ran on, that it probably won't come to the Mister. The only reason, I almost bought a Gauntlet Legends arcade, and it would have taken up that entire space because it's 4 players and also uses a 37-inch CRT, which is that one. So, like, it'd be freaking massive. I almost bought one, and then decided, especially because I really didn't have the money, but I would have found a way to make it work. I also don't know how I would have gotten it in the door because I can't open the big garage door, and I don't think it'll fit through a standard, door. But, I was working on a plan for that and decided not to, because I had convinced myself I could just play it on the Mister, and I can't. So my options are to either run it through MAME and just spit a computer out through the analog gear to the CRT, or to not use the arcade sticks at all and just play it on the Nintendo 64, because I have it on 64 and PlayStation 1. Apparently the 64 copy's better. I also, of course, have Dark Legacy, which everyone keeps saying is a better or more fixed-up version of the game, but when I played it in arcade, the content in Legends seemed different than Dark Legacy, so I'm not sure. I've played Dark Legacy my entire life. Yeah, I don't know. Should not be knocking back caffeine this late, but I took a nap and got started late, so whatever. I didn't really have a point to today's stream, and I don't want to go too long because I want to go play some Gauntlet or some Champions of Norath or something, but wanted to take the step to start streaming again. I want to do some Steam Deck stuff at some point. I'm working on a big video for it that may involve 3D printing something for it. I just got a 1 terabyte memory card upgrade for it, but working on a big video for that for main channel, and then want to do some, I don't know. I haven't figured out. I've been really struggling. I got my I got my Steam Deck in July, I guess. July or August, during that wave. And, like, you know, I only game every so often anyway, so it took me a little while overall to get to that point. But, like, in general, like, I've fallen in love with it. But I haven't figured out how to do content about it. And, like, people are still posting reviews of it as they get into the waves and things like that. I'm not sure that really adds value. I have things to say about it from a review standpoint. But, like, I don't feel like me talking about it from a review standpoint really like adds anything. Like, it feels redundant. Everyone's reviewing it right now. And so I haven't figured out a great way to really talk about it. So I have my one video idea I'm doing with it. And then I have another smaller one that may end up on lost saves instead of main. I haven't really decided yet. It's hard for me to make that decision. But yeah, that's what I want to talk about it. I really do. I want to talk about it a lot. But I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what the angle is yet. And maybe I'll just start with the one I have that I've been working on, been capturing stuff for. And then I go from there. And maybe, people ask questions and that sparks the usual inspiration, and that's how I do everything. But it's rare that I get something that I feel stuck about how to talk about. And not how, like, in terms of technical details, but in terms of, like, what do I say? What do I say that hasn't been said? And I think part of that is due to how late I got mine. Like, there are people still getting them and still ordering them and whatever. And so it's not like it's old news to everybody. But, like, people were reviewing it last year. And granted, it changed a lot since then. But, like, I was in a very late wave of receiving it. And so there has been enough conversations about it. Whereas I'm not on the forefront of some new thing. It's just... And that's kind of the awkward thing about the release, is I think that it was inevitable. It was the safe way to go and has set Steam Deck up for a lot more success in general. But I think it hurt a little bit of the momentum of, like, interest from people that weren't super nerds who already knew about it. Wait, does my stream have the old title? I set a different title before I went live and it showed it. That's weird. Well, my bad. That was a jam-packed episode. You can go to my YouTube channel. It'll be the exact same title you saw. Stream VOD from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Once my replacement deck gets here, I'm going to go nuts. Replacement deck? Why do you need a replacement? Two terabyte SSD. So have people actually found the right SSD now? Last I heard, people still couldn't find the right SSD and were just, like, putting ones that were too big in there and saying it's fine. And Valve is like, it's very much not fine. You will melt your Steam Deck. And even the LTT video, I think, struggled with that. So I went as big as I could from the get-go, which was 512 gigs, and then I had a 120-ish gig micro SD around that I put in there, but I just upgraded to 1 terabyte because the ROMs, I finally got EmuDeck set up and stuff. The ROMs were immediately filling my thing. You can cut a 1 terabyte down from 280 to 220. Wow. Okay. I mean, if it fits, like if it's a 2230, then thermals aren't going to be affected. But the people that were putting the oversized ones in were not, like, they were blocking off part of the thermal absorption and stuff for the power port and stuff like that, and that was very dangerous. 2 terabyte 2230s. Oh. I also have this weird sunk cost fallacy of like, I spent extra to get the 512 gig Steam Deck, and so buying a 2 terabyte feels like I wasted my money, I guess. Where can you order them? I don't see them listed anywhere. I see 1 terabytes now, so that's progress. SK Hynix has a 1 terabyte, yeah. I'm not worried about it though, like, with the kinds of games I'm going to play on Steam Deck, I want to just keep games installed that I'm going to play actively and then swap them out from there. eBay SSD is my favorite, for real. And I mean, I got a ton of games installed for the size of SSD I got. Because, I mean, I'm not putting Warzone on there. I don't even have Apex on there right now. I keep running into issues, though, of, like, games not working when they worked before. Like, Warframe worked fine when I first played it. And then it just started boot looping my Steam Deck every time I launched it. And there weren't any, like, Reddit posts with answers as to why. And then Splitgate is Linux native. It's not even running Proton or anything. It's Linux native. And every time I go to launch it, it just gives me a black screen. Even though it's Steam Deck verified and everything. Those kinds of things where it's just like, okay, this sucks. I just installed Fable Anniversary. I want to play back through Fable and go through that series. I've got like Final Fantasy 13 on there I want to play through. I've got Hades just to continue my runs on there. I got a lot of single player stuff that I just want to like get through my backlog on. And then like Nexomon, stuff like that. Have you tried Overwatch 2 at least? No. I have no interest in playing Overwatch with the controller in the first place, and honestly, I don't like the controls for FPS games at all. Like, even playing Splitgate on there, like, it feels terrible in my hands to try to play first-person shooter on these controls. So, probably not. You have to force Proton compatibility for Splitgate. But it's not using Proton. It's Linux native. That doesn't make any sense. And again, it's Steam verified, so it should be running out of the box. Like, that's the whole point. They must have changed something, because you shouldn't be doing anything with Proton with a game that's compiled for Linux. Proton is for Windows compatibility. And it ran just fine before. Like, that's what really bugs me. That is what really disconnects me from modern gaming. Is when I go to boot up a system and I either need a million updates or something that worked fine 1 minute doesn't work fine the next minute. Like, that is what keeps me firmly planted in the like PS2 generation forever. Because I cannot stand that stuff. I did install Guild Wars on here. I haven't played it yet. And it's not even, like, I think it's listed as not compatible, unsupported. I guess that just means it's not tested yet. But I'm pretty sure I saw people saying it ran fine. I've never played Guild Wars with the controller. It's probably terrible, but I wanted to try it for fun. I mean, that's fine. Well, Proton DB is for Proton games. Like, it's fine if it says that now, but I'm telling you, when I got my Steam Deck, for the first 2 or 3 months, it worked fine out of box. And it worked fine when I played it natively on Linux as well. So, that means something changed and they broke it, which is still what pisses me off. There, I just told it to force Proton Experimental. That's just really dumb. But Thankfully, I'm getting extensions set up soon that'll put the ProtonDB badges over there so you can just ignore the Valve ratings, but yeah, I don't know. I'll let it download the new shaders now, since it has to download precast shaders for a game that's fucking Linux native. That is a waste of space. 15 gigs to re-download the Proton version. It's literally just downloading the Windows version. That doesn't need... This has nothing to do with Valve's ratings being crap. Like, either Splitgate broke something or something is just going wrong, because it shouldn't need to download the Windows version to run a... Yeah, I'm just repeating myself. You know what I'm saying now. Ugh. That's just stupid. Anyway, G4 shut down since the last time I streamed. Yeah. We have Jam Packed coming back on Friday the 28th. So that's exciting. Can the deck be used as a possible editing machine in a pinch? If you really like editing in a miserable experience like it's 2006 or something, sure. But from the best that I can tell, the SoC in the Steam Deck has 0 hardware acceleration for video. Or either there's no software implementation for it. Not even for playing back videos, which would be used for editing. So, no, I wouldn't do it. I mean, FMVs are usually a form, like, lots of in-game FMVs are not formats that are really, like, hardware accelerated. They're just lightweight. Completely unrelated to anything, but thoughts on the Razer, Razer Kishi V2. I guess I have the V1 of this, or had. Is this the one I have? Hold on. Yeah, I guess I have the V1 of it. I have no idea on the thoughts of the second one. Looks fine for what it is, but like, all the games I wanted to play with controller on mobile, controller support is completely inconsistent or non-existent. So it's a miserable experience anyway. If you're doing like GeForce Now or what's it called? Moonlight or Parsec. Parsec doesn't run on mobile. So like Moonlight or whatever to stream from your computer or to stream cloud games. Cool. But actual gaming with a controller on mobile for like the majority of games is just a shit show. So this is another one of those things where companies keep chomping at the bit to spend millions of dollars to make these products that I don't understand who's using, because the support for them are like non-existent. Parsec is on mobile. It's not on iOS. I guess it's on Android. I thought it was for a long time. Okay, well, it's on Android. Probably not on iOS due to the dumb you can't play games through a third-party service rule. Alright. Anyway. I'm going to go play some PS2 before I go to sleep, because we've been going longer than I expected. But appreciate y'all hanging out. We will be doing more streams now that Techtober is over. I have missed it immensely. But yeah. Hope y'all have a great weekend. We got some cool stuff coming. I have shot all of the interviews for my first episode of my Nebula series. I shot the last one yesterday, and I start shooting all the A-roll and stuff and commercials and stuff tomorrow. Right as I'm getting sick, of course, but I'll make it work. I'm very excited for you to see it. I hope it makes it worth being a dedicated series and not just like my normal videos. We'll see. But yeah. All right. Peace. Have a good weekend, y'all.